Hello guys, how are you?
I'm Hardeep Singh. Welcome back to your own YouTube channel. IELTS updates and recent exams. For more updates related to recent IELTS exam writing test topics, listening, reading, practice test, and speaking, you got guesswork. Please guys participate in everyday listening and reading practice test to achieve your desired band score in your actual IELTS exam. Please hit the like and subscribe button. Press the bell icon for the upcoming notifications. Don't forget like, subscribe and share my YouTube channel and my Facebook page, IELTS updates and recent exams.
Part 1.
You will hear a conversation between the head librarian and a student who wants to do voluntary work in the children's section of the library. First, you have some time to look at questions 1 to 6. Listen carefully and answer questions 1 to 6.
Good morning. You'd like to volunteer for the children's section, is that right?
Yes, I spoke to you on the phone yesterday.
That's right. Tessa, isn't it?
Yes, Tessa Bridges.
Thank you for coming in today, Tessa. Before we discuss what a volunteer does in the library, I'll need to get some details from you.
No problem. What would you like to know?
Where do you live, Tessa?
I still live with my family in Northwood, 51 Matthew Drive.
M-A-T-H-E-W? Matthew Drive?
Actually, there are 2 T's. M-A-T-T-H-E-W.
Oh, thank you. And the postcode for Northwood is?
Oh, I'm still confused about that. It used to be 2614, which of course I still remember, but the post office has recently changed it to 4126.
So, 4126. Now, you're a university student, aren't you?
Not exactly. I go to Northwood Polytechnic. I'm in my final year.
In your final year. So what are you studying? I mean your main subject.
Oh, I'm majoring in creative writing.
And are you enjoying that?
Very much so. I love it. When I graduate, I want to write children's books.
That's great. Now, I can see why you're keen to volunteer at the library. We're always grateful for the extra help, but I still have to ask you some more questions about your previous experience.
That's fine, but I haven't had a full-time paid job yet.
Not to worry. Part-time work or voluntary work gives you the experience most employers are looking for.
Well, to start with, when I was 16, I had a babysitting job.
And who did you work for?
Oh, just family friends.
How long did you babysit for family friends?
Oh, about 2 years, on and off.
After those 2 years were up, what did you do then?
Well, I was still working as a babysitter on the occasional evening and weekend when I became a peer tutor at school. I did that for 1 year, my last year at senior high.
And what does being a peer tutor involve?
Mostly, it means staying behind after school 1 or 2 afternoons a week to help fellow students in the subject that they're having difficulty with.
And what subject did you tutor in?
English, actually.
I see. Do you have any other experience?
I worked at the Ace Sports Academy as a tennis coach, but that was only for about 12 weeks over the summer before I enrolled at the Polytechnic.
So you're good at sports?
Not everything, just tennis.
And are you currently working?
Yes, well, unpaid work, that is. I'm a volunteer at the local hospital, where I visit sick children who would otherwise not have any visitors.
Well, it certainly seems as if you like children.
Yes, I do.
Before you hear the rest of the conversation, you have some time to look at questions 7 to 10. Now, listen and answer questions 7 to 10.
Well, Tessa, what I need to know now is what your schedule is like, so that we can fit you into the roster here. Can I assume that you're not able to work Monday to Friday during office hours?
Right. I'm very busy with lectures, workshops, and assignments during the week.
How about weeknights? Say 5 to 7 in the evening. That's a very busy time in the children's section.
Well, I couldn't commit to more than 3 evenings a week, and even then it would depend on my schedule.
Yes, I understand. If possible, we could make arrangements a week in advance. Would that help?
Yes, that might work.
Are weekends okay?
Well, Sundays are out. Actually, only every other Sunday, because that's when I'm usually needed at the hospital. But I'm free on Saturday afternoons.
All right. We could roster you for the odd weekend then. What about school holidays?
Definitely. No problem whatsoever. I don't have any other commitments during the holidays.
That's good to hear. We have droves of children here in the holidays, as you can imagine. Thank you. Well, Tessa, we'll send you a letter of appointment in the mail, and we look forward to having you join us as a volunteer.
Thanks very much.
Now, as for your duties...
That is the end of part 1.
You now have half a minute to check your answers.
Now turns to part 2.
You will hear a radio advertisement for a health program. First, you have some time to look at questions 11 to 17. Listen carefully and answer questions 11 to 17.
Prevention is better than cure. You all know that, don't you? Have you been looking for some help and guidance for maintaining your health? Well, today, I want to tell you all about a new health program called BeWell. BeWell Online, actually. This is an interactive website packed with resources to assist you in achieving your health goals. On this website, you'll find up-to-date health information you can trust. It has a register, which includes a quick online check to assess your health and keep track of your progress. What do you want to do? Lose weight? Give up smoking? Manage your blood glucose levels or just improve your overall fitness? Use the simple online assessment tool and receive a personalized report on your current state of health. This is what we call your wellness register, After you've completed this, you'll be ready to move on. Now, the Active Health Agenda is where our team of experts has created a series of interactive 8-week programs for some of the most common health goals. These are aimed at differing ages and lifestyles, and include healthy eating and workout plans, plans for losing weight, stress management, longevity, or how to age gracefully by maintaining your health, and express workouts for those of you who never have enough time. If you join up to BeWell Online, you'll not only be able to use a whole suite of interactive tools and calculators, but you'll also have unlimited access to an extensive library of health articles, delicious, simple recipes, and illustrated exercise descriptions. Let's look first at the active sport component. This gives you individual attention. In fact, it's a virtual personal trainer. Sports science and fitness experts have developed programs that will enable you to take on a specific sporting challenge or fitness goal adapted to your particular ambition and skill level. Detailed daily warm-ups and workout plans and weekly training schedules will help you prepare for any upcoming event of your choice. Marathons, triathlons, open water swims, cycling, or fun runs are just some of the events you could enter with confidence when you've completed an active sport program. BeWell Online also features an active care project. This caters for individuals who want to address specific health needs. The 4 courses in most demand are Stop Smoking, which will give you strategies, email support, and reliable tools and resources to help you quit smoking forever. Then there is Glucose Management, a self-care program designed for people with high blood sugar, which will help you manage your condition and improve your overall health. Obviously, heart health has a large following. It's basically all about lifestyle modification, where you will take a course of action with the aim of improving your cardiovascular health. Those of you who suffer from neck and/or back pain will benefit from the Back Care program, but we're talking about minor troubles here. Anything major should be attended to by a qualified physician in person. So, what are you waiting for? Register today at BeWellForLife.com.
Before you hear the rest of the talk, you have some time to look at questions 18 to 20. Now listen and answer questions 18 to 20.
Okay, I can hear some of you saying that you don't have enough willpower to go through with our online program. Well, just for people like you, we offer BeWell Coaching. What is it? It's a telephone-based service that will give you the extra support, motivation, and techniques that will provide the impetus for you to bring about permanent changes. Who runs it? The course is delivered by experienced health coaches, as well as qualified exercise physiologists, dietitians, and nurses. Who can use it? Well, this service is really for those of you who have serious health concerns like diabetes, arthritis, or high blood pressure. I know there are many of you out there who could benefit from this. How does it work? Your health coach will provide assistance as you develop a plan and maintain regular contact over a period of 6 months to help you stay on track. You'll also get access to a phone-in service for extra support if you need it. and you'll be provided with health information specifically targeted at your individual problem. Now, what could be better than that?
The end of Part 2.
You now have half a minute to check your answers.
Now turns to Part 3.
You will hear a business studies student speaking to his teacher about which electives to take up in the next term. First, you have time to look at questions 21 to 24. Now listen and answer questions 21 to 24. May I come in, sir? Yes, come in. Oh, hello, Ben. It's good to see you again. How is your internship coming along? The internship is going well. Well, it's definitely a lot of work. I'm getting to learn a lot about how the banking industry functions. I'm sure you are. So, what brings you here today? Well, as you must know, all the students need to submit the list of electives they'll be taking up in the next term by the coming Thursday, and I'm really confused between some of the options. I was wondering if you could help me out in this matter. Sure, I'll be glad to. So, which electives have you shortlisted? Well, we need to select 3 electives. I am pretty certain about 2 of them, business law and financial accounting. It's the 3rd elective that I'm confused about. Should I take up entrepreneurship or business analytics? I see. Why don't you tell me how both of these electives fit in with your career plans? Before listening to the rest of the conversation, you have some time to look at question 25 to 30. Now listen and answer questions 25 to 30. Pursuing an elective in business analytics could help me get into the big data industry. Big data is currently huge and is only going to grow even more in the future. Thus, there are lots of opportunities in this field. And what attracts you to entrepreneurship? Well, the reason is a little personal. As you know, my father is a first-generation entrepreneur who built his business from scratch. A part of me wants to follow in his footsteps and create something by myself. You will surely agree that there is no high quite like starting your own venture. And there is no low such as having to shut down your business. Jokes apart, do you have any specific business idea in mind that you would like to pursue? Or any business plan? No, I'm afraid I don't. Then I suggest you take up the Business Analytics elective for now. In any case, the knowledge of analytics will also be useful to you if and when you decide to start your own venture. Did you know that Professor Martin will be teaching that elective? Oh, he will be? That's settled then. My 3rd elective will certainly be Business Analytics now. I've been a big fan of Professor Martin's book, Analytics Across Business Frontiers, and it will be an honor to study from him. Thank you for your time, Professor. This conversation really cleared things in my head. You are welcome, Ben. In case you have any other queries in the future, you know where to find me.
That is the end of Part 3.
You now have half a minute to check your answers.
Now turns to Part 4.
You will hear an oncologist discussing the history and treatment of cancer. First, you have time to look at questions 31 to 40. Cancer is the second leading cause of death in the world after cardiovascular diseases. Half of men and 1/3 of women in the United States will develop cancer during their lifetimes. Today, millions of cancer-afflicted people manage to extend their lives due to early identification and treatment of the disease. Cancer is not a new disease and has afflicted people throughout the world. The word cancer came from a Greek word, karkinos, to describe carcinoma tumors by a physician, Hippocrates, but he was not the first to discover this disease. Some of the earliest evidence of human bone cancer was found in mummies in ancient Egypt and in ancient manuscripts dating to about 1600 BC. The world's oldest recorded case of breast cancer hails from ancient Egypt in 1500 BC, and it was recorded that there was no treatment for the cancer, only palliative treatment. According to inscriptions, surface tumours were surgically removed in a similar manner as they are removed today. Cancer develops when normal cells in a particular part of the body begin to grow out of control. There are different types of cancers. All types of cancer cells continue to grow, divide and redivide instead of dying, and form new abnormal cells. Some types of cancer cells often travel to other parts of the body through blood circulation or lymph vessels, also known as metastasis, where they begin to grow. However, when a breast cancer cell spreads to liver through blood circulation, the cancer is still called as breast cancer, not a liver cancer. Generally, cancer cells develop from normal cells due to damage of DNA. Most of the times, when the DNA gets damaged, the body is able to repair it. Unfortunately, in cancer cells, damaged DNA is not repaired. People can also inherit damaged DNA from parents, which accounts for inherited cancers. Many times, though, a person's DNA becomes damaged by exposure to something in the environment, like smoking. Cancer generally forms as a solid tumour. Some cancers, like leukemia or blood cancer, do not form tumours. Instead, leukemia cells involve the blood and blood-forming organs, and circulate through other tissues where they grow. Not all tumours are cancerous. Some tumours are benign or non-cancerous. Benign tumours do not grow and are not life-threatening. Different types of cancer cells can behave differently. The risk of developing many types of cancers can be reduced by changes in lifestyle, by quitting smoking, and eating low-fat diet. If cancer is identified in its early stage, it is easy to treat, and an individual may have better chances of survival. Ancient surgeons knew that cancer would usually come back after it was removed by surgery. Many people even today consider that many types of cancers are incurable and may delay to consult a doctor in early stages of the disease. After anesthesia was invented in 1846, surgeons Billroth, Handley, and Halsted led cancer operations by removing entire tumour together with lymph nodes. Later, Paget, a surgeon, reported that cancer cells had spread from primary tumour to other places through the bloodstream. Understanding the mechanism of cancer spreading became a key element in recognizing the limitations of cancer surgery. In the beginning of 1970s, progress in ultrasound, CT scans, MRI scans, and PET scans had replaced most exploratory operations. Using miniature video cameras and endoscopy, surgeons can now remove colon, esophagus, and bladder tumours through tubes. Recently, less invasive ways of destroying tumours without removing them are being studied, including liquid nitrogen spray to freeze and kill cancer cells, which is also known as cryosurgery. Lasers also can be used to cut the tumor tissue of cervix, larynx, liver, rectum, skin, and other organs. In 1896, Röntgen discovered X-ray, and 3 years later, radiation was used for cancer diagnosis and treatment. In the early 20th century, researchers discovered that radiation could cause cancer, as well as cure it. Now, several radiation therapies are being used. These include conformal proton beam therapy, in which a proton beam is used for killing tumor cells instead of X-rays; stereotactic surgery and stereotactic therapy, in which a gamma knife is used to deliver and treat common brain tumor; and intraoperative radiation therapy, in which cancer is removed surgically, followed by radiation to the adjacent tissues. The growth in knowledge of cancer biology has led to remarkable progress in cancer's early detection, treatment, and prevention in recent years. Cancer research is currently advancing on several fronts. One of these is anti-angiogenic chemotherapy. Recently, in many clinical trials, angioinhibitors have been used in combination with conventional chemotherapy. Clinical trials generally combine very low dose of chemotherapy followed by angioinhibitor therapy. Combination of angioinhibitors will need to be tested vigorously in the future, as single angioinhibitors are approved for use of cancer. For example, it is very important to know whether bisphosphonates are synergistic with certain natural angioinhibitors such as angiostatin, endostatin, thrombospondin, arrestin, canstatin, tumstatin, etc. Preventive angioinhibitory therapy may also be possible in the future, because angioinhibitory therapy is generally less toxic and less susceptible to induction of acquired drug resistance. Recently, some reports suggested that some foods have angioinhibitory substances. It is also better to test food that has high levels of natural angioinhibitors for prevention of cancer.
That is the end of part 4.
You now have half a minute to check your answers.
So guys, don't forget like, subscribe and share my YouTube channel and my Facebook page, IELTS updates and recent exams. For more updates related to recent IELTS exam writing test topics, listening, reading, practice test and speaking, you got guesswork. Please guys, participate in everyday new IELTS listening and reading practice tests to achieve your desired band score in your actual IELTS exam. For more IELTS material, visit my official website www.ieltsupdatesandrecentexams.com. The link is given below in the description. If you need PDF files of latest IELTS material, then please join my Telegram channel. So guys, please write your score below the comment section. Again, thanks for listening. God bless you all guys. Stay tuned, stay safe.